Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, August 5th, 2014. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You're going to see that the futures are trading down by 8.25 points to 1923.75 per contract. You can see here basically around 3 o'clock in the morning, the market started to roll over. There's a lot of geopolitical events going on right now, especially coming out of Russia and the Ukraine. So we'll see how that plays out and what that does to the markets, if it does have some effects. Also, we have a lot of stocks in motion, which we'll go through in just a moment. So again, all in all, futures are trading down a little bit. Now, I did take a look at the European markets today. The German DAX is up about 0.3%. You do have Spain and Italy declining, but for the most part, nothing horrible over there just yet. So this is going to be pretty interesting to see how this day plays out. Nonetheless, yesterday we did have light volume. That did help keep the markets buoyant. We'll see if light volume can save the markets again today. But nonetheless, the markets, or I should say the futures on the S&P are down about 8.25 points at the moment. All right, let's get into some stocks here. There's a lot to cover. We're going to start off today with AIG. AIG reported earnings yesterday after the closing bell. Stock is trading at $53.49. It closed at $52.66. So decent little uptick for AIG. I don't really see a lot of upside here in the stock. A level I would watch for, though, if the stock did decline, would be $49.58. If it gets down to $49.58, I would be a buyer. Other than that, I would really just leave it alone. I don't think there's a lot we want to do with this one. Also want to talk about VNO, which is Vornado Realty Trust. Again, this stock closed yesterday at 105.82. I think they had some news as well. I'm not seeing a lot of activity, but if it can hold this little level at 105.82, it does have upside potential from here slightly to around 106.75. If it does break and come down, be very, very careful. The next major support level is a lot lower. So again, we'll watch that one today. Not really moving in the pre-market. Let's take a look at CAR, which is Avis Budget Group. Stock is trading at $60 a share. It did close yesterday at $58.12. There is some resistance here at $60.25, $60.26. Next big resistance level is up at $63.50, $63.75. So again, solid move for Avis Budget, Avis Budget Group. Ticker symbol is CAR. This stock is showing pretty good strength. It's been in an uptrend. It remains pretty strong from what I could see. Next one I'm going to pull up on the charts is this SALE, which is Retail Me Not, and that's basically what it's doing right now. So the stock closed at $25.30. It is now trading at $20.21. So this stock is actually getting hammered before the opening bell today. It did sell off yesterday after the closing bell. I'm not sure what we can make of it. It's kind of a new issue. Stock debuted basically in August of 2013, so it's been around basically 1 year. There really is no support level that I'm seeing that looks worthy here. Stock could trade down to $19. I guess there's a little bit of support there, but when you have a new issue like this, it's very, very difficult, at least for me, to find major support levels unless I could really sit down with a pen and paper and write out some calculations here. But again, just leave this one alone. It is just getting taken to the woodshed. Let's take a look at ADM, which is Archer Daniels Midland. The stock right now, I think, is trading at $48 a share. Not a lot of volume behind this one. I suppose it can get to double top, which was around $48.84. That was made on July 24th. And then it could go to around $50.50. I'm not sure this has that much strength in it, though. So be a little bit careful with this one. I wouldn't short it just yet. If it got down to $44.95, I would be a buyer there for a scalp play. So keep that level on the radar today, $44.95, if the stock does reverse and come back down. Let's take a look at ticker symbol THC, which is Tenet Healthcare. This stock is showing strength today, but it's really not going to go much higher from here. I think it's already overbought, around $54.50 to $55. Stock should stall out. I wouldn't be a short. I would not short the stock yet, but I definitely would not be a buyer here. Let's take a look at good old Target. I believe today I'm going to have levels for Target in the chat room. Yeah, I am going to have levels for target. We'll play this one today in the chat room. So come on over to the chat room. We'll have some levels for target. Stock is getting hit pretty hard. Closed at $60.70. Now trading at $57.86. They came out with news basically saying that their Canadian units were pretty weak. Also, the credit card breach really ate into profits. Who cares what the news is? The stock is down about 5%. That's really all that matters, and it's down on volume. So, again, we're going to watch target today. We'll see if it gets a little bit lower. I do have some levels to play this equity, though. And those levels will be posted up in the chat room right at 9 a.m. Let's take a good look at Coach. Coach is catching a pretty good little bid today, but it is now starting to come back in. I don't really love this equity at the moment, to be honest. Stock still appears pretty weak in my book. A level I do like for Coach, if it did fall, would be 28.50, but I just don't see it getting down there. Right now it is trading higher by about a dollar and change from yesterday's close. But there's not much we have here for Coach, so be a little bit on the guarded side. I'm not sure if there's a lot of upside here. A level I do like for resistance, though, is $37.90. If the stock can get back up there, most likely that's where you're going to see a pullback. So keep Coach on your radar today. This is definitely on the weaker side. Let's take a look at GTAT. This is GT Advanced Technologies. Stock is trading at $14.85. Did trade above 16. It closed at $14.12. So this is one that popped and now it's dropping and it's coming back down to earth. Be careful here with this equity. There is going to be a little bit of support around 13.25 if it does get back down towards that level. That's a double bottom from the month of May. So there will be a little bit of support at 13. Make that $13.14 if it does get down there. Again, we're seeing some pretty good activity or morning moves, but a lot of moves are not holding, and that should be noted. So just take it into account what we're seeing here. Let's take a look at CIE, which is Cobalt Energy. Stock is trading at $15. It's down on a little bit of volume. When I look at this one, it can go down to $13.78. So be careful with this. CIE can get back down towards $13.78. That would be a level I think your stock would get defended. It would catch a little bit of a bid. But right now, that's just a mathematical level. So be careful here. But again, I wouldn't touch CIE at all. Let it go down to $13.78. If you want to be an aggressive trader, you can try to scalp it there. Again, a scalp trade is nothing more than a quick day trade lasting between 10 and 30 minutes. There's a lot of other stocks on the move here. We're going to have a few other stocks as gap plays. We'll see how they play out and see how they shake out. Another stock traders may want to watch today would be BLMN Brands. This is Outback Steakhouse. BLMN is the ticker symbol. Stock is trading at $17.75. It is a weak equity today, so be very, very careful with this one. There should be some support down here, though. But again, this is a new issue going back to 2012, so it's only been around 2 years. Hard to find the best support levels, but I'm going to say probably around $17.50 to $18 should be a fair amount of support. But nonetheless, stock is trading lower this morning. I just don't have any great specific gap levels on this one today, just due to its short time as a publicly traded stock, as simply BLMN. All right, let's take a look here at the gold market this morning. Gold is trading flat on the session. I believe right now gold is at $12.89 per contract. So again, $12.89 an ounce. Let's go to the GLD. You'll see the GLD was trading higher, now pulled back to around 123.89. That's basically where it closed yesterday. Again, I think gold could still pull back a little bit more, or maybe even consolidate sideways. I don't see anything great, but nothing terrible either at this stage of the game. Oil futures are trading lower by 13 cents to $98.16 a barrel. Let's go to the all-important USO, which is a good way to trade light sweet crude. And what you're going to see here is that this is trading at $36.35, a little bit lower than where it closed yesterday. All in all, there is some support down here. It did stage a 2-day bounce, but again, oil is very much on the weak side at the moment. Even with all the geopolitical events that are surrounding oil, it has pulled back, and it's been a little bit on the weaker side. So that tells us all in all the stock, or I should say the commodity, is not showing relative strength right now. You want to be careful when you see those signs. So if you are happen to be long oil, move your stop to break even. You could always get back in at a lower price. I think I've covered everything that I wanted to get to today. Again, futures have come off the lows a little bit, only down 7 points. They are catching a little bit of a bid, so we'll see how that plays out today. But nonetheless, light volume could help the stock market. If we do get an uptick in volume, generally it should be to the downside, and that would ultimately hurt the stock market. But we'll see how this plays out. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to see today, but it should make for interesting trading. With that being said, everybody, have a great morning, and we'll see you on the charts.